Okay, Mikko, good morning. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate that you're here, and I will ask you to kindly introduce yourself. I know you, I read all your books, I'm a fan of you, but for all the other people that will look the interview, I will ask you to introduce you.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. It's great to be here. So my name is Mikko. I am the Chief Research Officer for WithSecure, which is the largest cybersecurity company in Northern Europe. And I've been working with computers since the 1980s and with computer security since the very early 1990s. Last June, I celebrated my 32nd year in the industry. So I've seen this whole industry changed from the very early days of malware spreading on floppies and the boot sectors of floppies which people were carrying with them through the internet revolution when email worms and web worms became the number one problem to where we are today, where the number one problem are very large organized cybercrime gangs making millions and millions with ransomware and targeted denial of service attacks. I've also investigated a lot of nation state activity over the years. I live in Finland. I live 100 miles from the Russian border. So we've always had a close eye on Russian attacks, but we also investigate cases coming from intelligence agencies and militaries around the world. Our latest research actually uncovered attack from the North Korean government. And since I've been working in this industry for decades, I published a book last year. It's called If It's Smart, It's Vulnerable, where I go through the revolutions as I've seen, including how it's not just computers anymore, it's computers and everything else as everything is going online. The book came out during summer of Deutsch as well. Unfortunately, there's 4 translations so far, but no Italian. I wish there would be one day.
Okay. I will wait also the Italian version. So we are talking, the title of your book is about vulnerability. So we have seen an exponential increase in vulnerability in the recent years. So they are increasing monthly. The trend is that they are continue to grow. In your opinion, looking this trend, how should companies prepare for this kind of scenario?
The root cause for any data breach, any data leak, any ransomware incident, any outbreak, the root cause is always either a technical problem, like a vulnerability, or a human problem. End user opening wrong files, sharing the password to someone they shouldn't be sharing with, or using the same password everywhere. And we can solve the technical problems, but solving the human problems is very hard. Solving the technical problems means getting rid of or patching vulnerabilities. And whenever we speak about patching or updates or vulnerabilities by themselves, sometimes I get challenged. Like, how come we can't build an operating system or an application without vulnerabilities? And the answer is very simple. These programs are written by humans. Humans make mistakes. When programmers make mistakes, we end up with bugs. And when we have bugs, in interconnected systems, they easily then become vulnerabilities which can be exploited. And this really means we won't be getting rid of bugs, which means we won't be getting rid of vulnerabilities anytime soon. This isn't going to go away until all the code we use is being written by machines. That might happen one day, but not in the very near future. And even machines will make mistakes, which can become vulnerabilities. They might just be harder to exploit. So this is really a question that the more code we have, the more complexity we have, the more vulnerabilities we have. And we have more and more code every day. Complexity is the enemy of security. If we really want to get rid of vulnerabilities, we should be reducing complexity, which means we should be reducing code. And we are not doing that. If anything, we are increasing the amount of code we have in all of our systems every time we update. So it isn't an easy problem to fix.
Okay. This is the idea. We are working every day and we saw that it's not easy. It's not an easy task. But in your book, you are expanding the scenario. So you are talking about, of course, appliance, refrigerator, cars. So in this case, when we are talking about breach, in this case, sometimes it's not only question of data. At that point, it's also question maybe of life, because you can affect a car, you can affect a pacemaker, you can affect a oven, so you can create issue that at that point are not only data breach, but human breach at that point. So you can kill a person. So what countermeasure do you imagine in order to, say, cope with this new scenario that we are facing?
The internet revolution comes in waves. The first wave, that's already behind us. The first wave took all computers online, and today all computers are online already. It's very rare to find a computer which is not connected to the internet. So that already happened. What's happening right now is that everything else will get connected to the internet. And this will happen whether we like it or not, whether we agree or not. This revolution will happen even if you don't like it. Everything that we connect to the electricity grid will be connecting to the online grid because of the benefits it gives either to the customer of the product or to the manufacturer of the product. So some of these things are going online not because we users want them to be online, but because the manufacturers find it easier to diagnose or to find marketing information once these things are online. And it's becoming cheaper and cheaper to put everything online. Eventually, anything, regardless of the price, can be online, and then everything will be online. Now, the fixes here are hard. In the marketplace, especially with home appliances, the number one selling point is price. If the cheapest product wins, it basically means the most insecure product wins because the vendors which don't invest in security have the cheapest product. This is a market failure. And the way we typically, as a society, fix market failures is by regulation. Now, I'm not a big fan of regulation, but if anywhere here it might have a realistic chance of succeeding. We might be thinking about things like regulating the responsibility of damages caused by security shortcomings in IoT devices. Right now, we regulate safety, but we don't regulate security. So if your washing machine catches fire and your house burns down, the manufacturer is liable for the damages. But if your washing machine gets hacked and every device in your home is infected with ransomware, they are not liable. And this might be the thing we need to change.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not the fan of regulation rules, but I think that in this case, something is missing, and of course, the legislator they have to fix it. In these days, when you told me before that you are going to Black Hat, DEF CON, so of this event. Every time you go to this event, there are buzzwords that are automation, artificial intelligence, so AI is one of the most the topic that you find all over. And do you think that this technology, do you think that AI, can help us in this to solve or to reduce this danger? So what is your view about this trend?
In cybersecurity, AI is the only solution. There's too many attacks to block, too many samples to analyze, too many exploits to go through. It cannot be done by humans anymore. The only way to do it is with automation. And this is what all security companies are doing already. We've been doing it for years. It started with simple automation, it expanded into machine learning frameworks, and today we are using artificial intelligence to automate machines telling the difference between good and bad. And as long as we've been doing this, we've been waiting for the enemy to make the same move. We've been waiting for these organized cybercrime gangs or ransomware groups or BEC scams to start to automate their attacks. And a little bit surprisingly, they haven't really done it yet. We've seen isolated examples of using AI in cyber attacks, like some deepfakes. There was an Elon Musk deepfake on Twitter 2 weeks ago trying to convince people to buy Bitcoin from a fake Bitcoin exchange, which was done with deepfake video and deepfake voice. So some things we have seen, but most of this is still about to happen. And what I'm really worried about and what will happen is full automation of malware campaigns, where the attackers will use automation and machine learning to automatically react when security companies block their attacks. This will happen within a couple of months. I'm certain about that. And when that happens, then we will see which one wins, good AI or bad AI.
Yeah, we are also we start to use some machine learning, and that of course is one part of the artificial intelligence, but we are pushing a lot on automation and these kind of things because we think this is one of the area where we have to invest in order to reduce the risk. But in your vision, you are a writer, you are a person that is working in cybersecurity since many years. So what are the areas in the next future that we have to take care? So, and do you think the approach on cybersecurity will change in the near future?
In the near future, it's going to be about AI and quantum. These will be the biggest things we have to face. AI is changing defense and it's changing the attackers' work as well, like we discussed. AI might change the lives of everyone. These things are becoming more intelligent every day. I think it's possible one day we will see artificial superintelligence, which would mean humans would be the second most intelligent thing on the planet. I think it's possible. And if that's going to happen, we have to be very careful about how we cross the line. We can only cross that line once. But then we have the other major thing changing security as well, which is quantum computing. When quantum computers become more realistic, when they have more and more qubits, they can do bigger and bigger calculations. Clearly one day going to be powerful enough to crack all the symmetrical encryption algorithms we use, like RSA, which you use all the time.
Yeah.
We use quantum weak encryption every time we send a message online or an email or go to a website or buy something online. And to fix that, it's actually not rocket science. We simply have to migrate away from old weak encryption algorithms to new quantum safe encryption algorithms, which already exist. We already have algorithms which cannot be broken by quantum computers. We're simply not using them. So we're already late. We should already be switching these algorithms, but it's going to be a decade-long project because we have to update every mobile phone, every computer, every server, every browser, every TV, every car. Like we were discussing IoT, they all use TSL right now uses weak encryption algorithms. We're late. We should be doing that already. And it might be that these two trends will even combine. Quantum computers, when they're powerful enough, might be able to teach much, much more powerful machine learning algorithms. So they might accelerate the change speed of AI. Who knows? We're living very exciting and a little bit scary times.
Yeah, I'm agree with you. I think in any case, we will have a great time. And I will really thank you for your time and your interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, bye.